morning folks, this is Naeem Alsam, Chief Market Analyst at AvaTrade, and welcome to our daily fundamental video analysis. What an equity market reaction we've experienced on Friday, and that was primarily because of the US non-farm payroll. The number was incredibly jaw-dropping because my jaw certainly dropped to the floor on Friday when I saw that unemployment number dropping to 13%. Now remember, the number which was whispered in the market was well above 19%. That 19% was the forecast as we discussed on Friday, and market participants were really expecting the number to be even more abysmal. So they were expecting this number to be well over 20%. But now, given the fact that the unemployment rate has dropped to 13%, investors and traders are continuously going to monitor on a weekly basis the US employment market. And I am speaking of the US weekly unemployment jobless claim. Now remember, when we are talking about those jobless claims, there are always two of them. One of them is your initial jobless claim, and secondly, it is your continuous jobless claim. It is your continuous jobless claim which matters the most, because obviously if this number remains anchored and it continues to move to the upside, obviously it will demand more reaction, and that will also raise this question that why the US unemployment data all of a sudden dropped, or the unemployment rate dropped from 14% to 13%, when the continuous claims, they are still very much anchored and then they're still moving to the upside. And I think this particular element is really going to underpin the price action for the equity markets, because yes, we experienced massive rally for the Dow Jones Index on Friday. Yes, all the three indices, the Dow, the S&P and the Nasdaq, all of the three indices rallied enormously, but it was the Dow Jones Index price action which stood apart, which really made the investors think that, okay, how far this rally can really continue. As you can see in the chart, for the Dow Jones, the price action does look a little bit weak, and that is very normal, especially after the kind of a rally that we experienced. Because remember, on Friday, the Dow Jones Index was well above 900 points. So if we are seeing some sort of a weakness in the equity market for the Dow Jones Index, it is very normal. And the price action is very similar for the European indices as well, whether we are speaking of the FTSE, the DAX, Stock 50 or Stock 600. The theme is similar. The dominant color is red across all the major European indices as well. Now shifting the gear and going into commodity space, and I'm speaking of really two major commodities over here. Firstly, let's have a look at gold's price action. Obviously, we've seen this incredible drop, as you can see in the chart, for the gold price on Friday because of the US non-farm payroll. But today, we are seeing some recovery in those prices. There are chances that yes, the price can cross above that critical level of 1700, a level that differentiates between bulls and the bearish territory, between the bullish and the bearish territory. That's what I meant to say. Now, speaking of black gold, and I'm speaking of really crude oil over here, over the weekend we had this news that yes, the agreement between Russia and Saudi Arabia about curtailing the oil price is going to be extended by another month. In fact, it is extended by another month. Now, obviously, this news was taken as a positive outcome from this meeting, and this has pushed both Brent and WTI, and WTI meaning your crude oil prices up. Now, no one really expected for the prices to be up this fast and this quickly to this level, but the reality is, yes, we are here. But the question remains, where do we move from here? Are we going to continue moving upward from here? If the other price is going to go back to that 50 level where they were before COVID-19, I think this remains the major question for investors, which also needs an investigation And for you guys, we will do that. I will put a full fundamental report in the coming days on this particular question. That's all for today. Remember, you can always protect your upward and downward positions by using AvaProtect. See you guys tomorrow.